Today, I'm going to teach you how to make this fun and exciting beer caddy that's sure to put a smile on your dad's face. So let's get started with this wood story. For this project, you're going to need a 3/4 of an inch board of knotty pine and 1 piece of a 3/4 of an inch dowel. I've listed the exact measurements that you'll need here, but if you're the type of person who like to have the plans in your hands, then please jump down into the description and you'll find a link to the plans right there. I purchased my wood as fully surfaced on all sides. This is also known as S4, but I decided to still run it through the planer as my piece had a small bump that I wanted to remove. So this is a completely optional step depending on the condition of the wood that you purchase. I then cut my wood into 2 pieces so that they would easily fit into my laser. Now, if you don't have a laser, you can 100% do all the cuts in this tutorial using a jigsaw or a bandsaw. But if you do have a laser, I've included the Lightburn file with all of my power settings and the optimal layout so that you get minimal waste. Start by making all of your cuts as per the plans. Depending on your laser's power abilities, you may need to adjust the settings slightly. Note, I'm using an 80-watt laser and I'm doing 4 passes in order to cut through this 3/4 inch pine. I recommend adding any graphics you want at the same time so that your alignment is spot on. This, however, was a lesson I had to learn the hard way as I did not do that in my first round. As your pieces are cut, do a dry fitting to ensure all the pieces fit nicely, and then proceed to sand. I left some of the side char burn from the laser visible as it fits nicely with the rustic look of this beer caddy. Next, I cut my dowel. I left it a little longer than required, and I do plan to saw off the extra once it's fully glued up. I used my router to smooth the exposed outside edges of the beer caddy using a round-over bit. You can also accomplish the same effect by sanding down the sharp edges with a regular hand sander. And while I finish up all the graphics for this beer caddy, I'd like to take a moment to say thank you so much for supporting my channel. I just reached 30,000 views and I am absolutely blown away by the support on my first 3 video tutorials. So thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. With all the sides then cut, I then marked the locations of my screws and pre-drill all the holes prior to assembly. I highly recommend drilling in the screws slightly, as this will make it a lot easier for you to do the assembly of all the sides before adding glue. As you can see here, I first assembled one end piece to one side piece using wood glue and screws. So you should have 2 opposite sides completed before proceeding. Glue the one side of the dowel before gluing all the sides together, the ones that we just completed. Note that during the side glue up, I am leaving the bottom piece in place, but I have not glued or screwed this piece just yet. This will help you keep everything square. And leave a comment below if you'd like to see how to build this project just using a jigsaw or a bandsaw. And then once the sides are completed, you can pop out the bottom, add glue, and insert it back in. Proceed to drill your holes if you forgot to do this previously like I did, and add your screws. Don't forget to wipe off any excess glue with a damp towel. This will save you lots of time during the final sanding. Once your caddy is built, you may want to add an insert to keep the bottles from moving around inside the caddy. This Lightburn file is also included in the plans. Just make sure you check your own caddy measurements and adjust the file as needed before printing it. Give your caddy a final sanding and trim the dowel if still protruding. I also gave the caddy a good brush down and wiped it down with rubbing alcohol to remove any fine dust before adding a coat of pre-stained wood conditioner. If you do plan on staining the pine, I highly recommend the pre-stain as it will make the stain absorb much more evenly. I only added 1 coat of special walnut stain and I wiped it off immediately as I went along to obtain a nice rustic look. And there you have it, a completed rustic beer caddy sure to put a smile on your dad's face or whoever you choose to gift this caddy to. A reminder that the links to the plans are down in the description, so grab them now, and thanks for watching this wood story.